Hello, my beautiful Livy loves. This is Dr. V. Welcome to a new Pick a Card reading. Today we're going to be really going in deep on what your person, your special person, whether it's your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved, your crush, what are they actually thinking about you and this connection at this time? And you know, I felt a very strong inspiration from spirit to do this particular reading today because I know sometimes we can be very confused about what somebody that we are in a very deep connection with. Sometimes their actions can be a bit confusing. Sometimes we may not understand where they're coming from because let's face it, we're all human beings. We all think differently. We all act differently. We've all had different life experiences and different upbringings. And I do feel that that's one of the great kind of challenges of what has been going on collectively, vibrationally in the world at this time, where people are getting a little bit unclear on their thoughts and where their thoughts are actually leading them and why those thoughts are maybe leading them to actions that are not productive or that sometimes are not nurturing of love, right? So this is why I wanted to go in deep today and get you some clarity on what your person is truly thinking. What are their actual thoughts so that you may better understand their behavior or their actions, all right? So if you're new to this channel, so happy to have you here. If you're already part of the community, thank you for all of your love and support. Make sure that you do give this video a like. It's absolutely free. It means so much to me, and it really shows the YouTube algorithm that we have a mission, a purpose, a message of love, understanding, upliftment that is worth spreading. So even if you don't subscribe, which I hope that you do, please do at least give this video a like because it can really bring our message out to more people, and that means the world to me. So without further ado, I have 3 hearts here for you to choose from today. So you can pick heart number 1, number 2, number 3, or you can pick them all and take the messages that resonate for your situation. So heart number 1 is the green heart. And of course, be gentle with yourself. This is a general reading. Not everything may resonate with your situation. But if you would like to have specific guidance on your journey, you can have a personal reading with me, or you can order any of the oracle decks that I've created for you. All of the links are in the box below. So this is your group number 2, your blue heart. And for group number 3, we have the red heart. So go ahead and make your selection, and we'll start with the green heart. All right, my loves who chose the green heart, here is your reading. Let's get in deep on what your person, your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved, your crush, let's go in deep on what are they actually thinking about you and your connection at this time. What are their true and deep thoughts that they may not be sharing with you? And this is especially for those who are confused about your partner's thoughts or actions or behavior. My beautiful group number 1, what are your person's true thoughts about you at this time? We have the 9 of Wands, we have the Death, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Cups. Very interesting. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to add more messages. We're going to go into some oracle decks as well. But let's start here with your tarot. So with this 9 of Wands, this Death, this Page of Pentacles, and this 8 of Cups. So what I'm feeling here is right now your person's thoughts are very much about how to handle and move on from some very difficult and traumatic experiences that they have gone through in their life. And I feel like if you are right now unclear or you're wondering why your person is behaving in certain ways, this is a really great indication. I mean, I feel like it's a very specific indication of why they are behaving this way. So there's a lot of energy here about the past, okay? I do feel that your person is particularly struggling right now with things that happened in their childhood, especially with this Page of Pentacles energy. Okay, so there's definitely an inner child wound or wounds that your person is dealing with at this time. And because of that, I'm feeling that they may also have a very childlike or youthful quality about them. Either they look, very young for their age. They may not be, specifically young, or they could be, but there's something about them that is very youthful. They may have a very boyish or girlish smile. They may have a boy, dimples. They may have this very mischievous, very rebellious gleam in their eye. They may have a very kind of rebellious persona. And that might be one of the reasons why you felt very attracted to them. There could be something very sweet, attractive, boyish, or girlish about this person. They can come off as somebody who is super fun to be around. They can come off as somebody who is very adventurous, very rebellious. They kind of have this zest for life. They can come across as somebody who's very enthusiastic and who is spontaneous. Okay, so this may be one of the reasons why you felt this attraction to them, because somebody who has this Page of Pentacles energy, they can feel very, somebody that you feel like you can just trust and connect with fast. Because of this Pentacles energy, they seem very grounded, even though they're very youthful, right? So there's something about them that makes you trust them easily. Maybe trust them more easily than you would other people, because there's something about them that feels genuine. Okay, there's a sincerity that comes along with this kind of youthful state. So this is somebody who can be very spontaneous, very fun, but not in a way that seems irresponsible, not in a way that seems dangerous, that seems like in a way that you can trust. And so I feel like this is kind of the part of the persona that they present to the outside world, but it is very authentic. It's not that your person is inauthentic. They are truly this person, but part of the reason why they're like this is because there's a part of them that has a bit of a Peter Pan complex. Okay, I'm getting very Peter Pan kind of energy. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily a man, that's an energy. Peter Pan can be a feminine energy as well. So please just take this as it resonates, as in the Peter Pan energy to me is any kind of energy that is a little bit stuck in the past, that has a side of them that is very fun, but that also has a side of them that refuses to grow up, right? So sometimes I feel like this person initially was really fun, but as you got to know them in a deeper way, you may have started to notice that they can be a bit immature in certain things. Sometimes you may have gotten tired, okay, when are you gonna grow up? You have to at least act like a grown-up, You can't just be all fun and games all the time. So I feel like that's the kind of pros and cons of this person. And there's a very specific reason why they are like this. And they're like this because deep down inside, they have some very deep wounds. There are certain emotional blocks that they are still holding on to, and they're having a hard time moving away from. 8 of Cups. There are certain things that your person really does need to put behind them, but they haven't quite been able to do that. And that is why they kind of cover up those wounds through this very childlike, very fun kind of persona that, if taken too far, can start to become tiresome, because it's like they don't want to acknowledge, or they kind of tend to dance around some of the bigger and deeper issues because they're not ready or don't want to acknowledge them. So with this 9 of Wands energy, there's a very deep wounding that has happened here. And I feel like some of this wounding, because we're also getting this combination of 9 of Wands and 8 of Cups, I feel like some of this wounding has kept your person a bit stunted in their development, okay? They are not as mature as they could be. And so their thoughts tend to revolve a lot around these memories, and they may or may not have shared those memories with you, okay? For some of you, I feel like you do know some of what has gone on, but you may not know everything, okay? There's certain things that they are still holding back. I can see and feel from this Nine of Wands. From this Nine of Wands energy, I can tell that there is definitely some things, some wounds from their past that your person has not shared with you. And, you know, not to make you feel bad at all, I feel like they haven't shared it with anybody. Okay, there's something deep there that they haven't quite yet opened up to. But that is why they're having a hard time with this Eight of Cups to put it behind them. I feel like some things that are very much left in a dark space, some things that are very, very dark and deep within your person, they're not going to be able to put it behind them with this Eight of Cups until that wound comes out to the light. Okay. And I feel like this is exactly why they've gotten the Death card, because it's time. And I feel like, you know, another thing that your person is very deeply thinking is that maybe now is the time, this year is the time for them to put those very deep wounds and very dark memories to a rest. It's time for it to end. This death is for the death of those wounds. And I feel like your person is right now very, very deeply thinking about how they can release those wounds. And part of the death here that is also very positive for your person is that they have come to realize, at least at the level of their thoughts, they've come to realize that the only way to have a transformation, the only way to move forward and to maybe develop in a way that they want to now develop, because I feel like your person is also thinking that they are aware that there's a side of them that is still kind of stuck in that frame of mind, right? Like there's still a side of them that is still that hurt, lost, traumatized, angry, sad child, okay? That child is still living within them. And there is a time now that is coming. There's a cycle that is ending with this Death card where that child needs to grow up. And your person is thinking that they know now that if they really want real love in their life, if they really want to move on and do great things in their life, it's going to be time for that child to grow up. And in order for that child to grow up, there needs to be a death to that past, and there needs to be true transformation. And so I feel that if there has been a struggle or separation between you because of this person's actions or their inability to move forward, that is another reason that has inspired or motivated them to say, you know what, it is time for me to put the past in the past. It's time for me to grow out of it. It's time for me to put it behind me, because it is now really threatening and hindering my current present. And what it's doing is that it's putting a lot of pressure unnecessarily on their relationship with you. Okay, so there's something here that is obstructing the connection, right? That is delaying it or keeping it at bay or keeping it in a very stilted, like very stunted place. And so there is an energy of release that is coming through here that your person definitely wants. So let's go deeper here. What else is your person thinking that we need to know? What are their exact thoughts that are going to help us to better understand them, ourselves, and this connection? What else is your person thinking? Yeah, not surprised on that one. Oh my gosh, see? Look at that, spontaneity, see? This is what I mean. This person is very spontaneous. We're getting a confirmation of that for sure. And look, we're getting all of these mental blocks, right? So I feel like the other thing that your person is thinking right now is that maybe they have been a bit too spontaneous in their life, right? Like as in maybe this sense of spontaneity that they've had has been a bit more reckless in their life, and it hasn't really been serving them or serving you in this connection, right? So you may have noticed that sometimes they do things without thinking them through. You may be noticing that as much as you love this person, you cannot support the fact that sometimes their actions are reckless. Their behavior is reckless. I'm feeling a very specific energy for some of you that they may have ended or run from this connection or ended this connection rather abruptly, like out of nowhere, very spontaneously. It may have come through as very, very reckless behavior. Like one day they just like love and adore you, and the next day they're like running from you, or like they've like literally shut the door or slammed the door on this connection. That's for some of you, not for everybody, but I do feel that that is part of the spontaneous behavior that is not serving this person, as in that is part of their persona that has come from this Page of Pentacles energy, right? That there's a part of them that hasn't grown up. And I feel like part of that Peter Pan energy is the same kind of energy. It's the energy of sometimes making rash decisions, decisions that don't make sense, decisions that come back to bite them in the butt. And that is one thing that your person is definitely thinking right now. So if your person has run, if they have been a runner from this relationship, if they have, this death could also mean that they may have ended this relationship for now. If they have done that, know that they are regretting it. They're regretting the rash decision that they made. They're regretting that they didn't think it through. They're regretting that their negative thinking really got to them at this time. See, you have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmation. So I feel like one of the things that they're realizing here is that they're very kind of heavy thinking, because I do feel, again, we saw this here. Your person tends to be haunted by a lot of very deep, dark thoughts. And those thoughts really do come from those childhood wounds, right? So because they're constantly battling through those thoughts, and those thoughts are constantly running in their mind as thoughts of like self-sabotage, thoughts of self-worth, not feeling like they're good enough to deserve somebody like you. You know, they constantly have those whispers going on in their mind. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why they've been struggling with this Eight of Cups. Like they have not been able to emotionally turn their back on those thoughts. And so I feel like that's one of the things that they are truly regretting right now, is that their consistent, negative, dark thoughts have made them run or have made them behave in ways that they are now regretting. Because see, they have always sought, with this manage to be glad, create your own happiness regardless of conditions. It's almost like they have always tried to seek out fun and like adventure and excitement and happiness because their conditions were always bad. Okay, so this is how they've always led their life. They've always tried to create some sort of short-term excitement. You know, like they try to, forget their pain through doing things that are exciting. Either they like to go out partying, or they like to drink a lot with their friends, or, for some of them who are like with this death card going through some darker tendencies, they may even be like, experimenting with drugs or experimenting with more negative things. But I feel like that's how they mask their pain. That's how they cover up their pain. They try to show the world this, I'm so fun, I'm so adventurous, I like to party, I like to have a good time, look at me, I don't have a care in the world. They try to mask that pain by seeking out spontaneous excitement. So this could even be like, one day they wake up and say, oh, today I'm just going to go out of town. I'm going to go on a trip, like out of nowhere, right? Like, so I feel like this is somebody who can be a bit rash. Their behavior can be a bit hard to understand. And that is why they are regretting that. They're realizing that this is just kind of like a band-aid that they're trying to put on their deeper issues, but that band-aid is not going to work anymore. And with this religious factors, I feel like for some of you, there may be that your person is of a different culture. I also feel like this represents, for some of you, there's some sort of a long distance relationship. You guys may be in different countries, different cities, different states. There may be like religious or cultural differences between the two of you that have also made this person behave in ways that you maybe are not used to, right? So there may be a religious issue. But I also see this card very much as mindset issues as well. I feel like it encompasses a lot of things that demonstrate different ways of thinking. You know, whether that different way of thinking or different lifestyle has to do with being from a different culture, or being from a different religion, or being in a long distance relationship where you just live in different regions, and that causes differences in thinking, differences in behavior. But I feel like this is, for some of you, another issue, but that also is contributing to the way your person thinks, and why the way they're thinking right now may not be exactly conducive to you guys coming together in a stronger union. Okay, that's the issue here, I feel. So let's take a look at what they would say to you. How would they express their thoughts? Let's see what they would actually say about what they're thinking. And then we're going to look at their next actions. Like, what next actions do they wish to take? See, we're getting this beliefs card again. Isn't that interesting? So this is why, yeah, wow. See, this is why I feel that this is really powerful. There is definitely, I feel like throughout this reading, if you've noticed the consistency of the idea of beliefs or thought processes. And it's interesting because this is a reading about what is your person thinking. So I do feel that one of the things that you guys are going to have to, you know, acknowledge or work with or deal with here in this relationship is the way that you think differently. Because in your case, I am feeling that there's more of a yin-yang energy between the two of you. So there may be more of like an opposites attract kind of energy. Like, I'm not feeling the energy that you, beautiful one, watching this, is like this person, but there's something within you that is attracted to this. There's like a yin yang. Like, you may be somebody who's a little bit more mature, a little bit more on the safe and stable side, and because of that you find this exciting because it complements you, right? It's like an opposing energy that complements you, that brings spice to your life, whereas you may bring more stability to this person's life, and that way it's like you guys can work well in a partnership. But the thing is, your person right now, they feel that there is some sort of belief or thought process between the two of you that is getting in the way of the connection. That it feels like it may be too big of a hurdle to jump. So I feel like your person and you are going to have to figure out, where are the dominant issues here about the way you think? What are the biggest differences in the way that each of you think? And what are your beliefs that are shared? But what are your beliefs that clash? Because I feel like that's a big problem for your person. They want to be with somebody who has more similar thought process and beliefs, but they also know that their own are negative as well, right? So they want to fix that, but they want to feel that they are more like-minded with you, right? And as they feel that they're more like-minded with you, they're going to feel the fertility here, as in like, they're going to feel like, okay, now that we are on the same page in terms of our thoughts and our beliefs, then this can grow. This connection can grow, because this is the card of fertility, fresh new ideas, new ways of thinking. So if they can clean up their kind of old negative ways of thinking, and they can connect with you at a deeper level, and you can explore the ways in which you think and how you guys approach things together, that's where the fertility comes through, and that's where the offer will be made. It's like they want to make you an offer. Isn't that beautiful? That's coming through in their next actions. They want to make you an offer, but I feel like they need the thoughts to be in harmony. They need the beliefs, the mindsets to be in harmony, because look at their messages here. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings, right? So this tells me there may have been some sort of a issue here with, you know, them judging the way you think or the way you do things, right? And that might be one of the reasons why, if they have become a runner or if there's a separation, that's one of the reasons. See, I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger and I can't control them, right? So for some of you, this may have gotten to be a very difficult situation and you might both be trying to move on, or they're trying to move on, or you are as well. But the thoughts are there. See, they're thinking of you. They desire you. They want to be with you. They can't forget you, okay? I have awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us, see? So this is why I'm saying, like, you are still in their thoughts. You are still in their mind, in their thoughts. They are trying to figure out a way. They want to fix their own thoughts, but I feel like there's also something here that is not just that. It's a little bit more than that as well, because of these two energies as well. So you guys have to figure out, you know, even as your person may be cleaning up their vibration and their negative energy and their negative thoughts and, you know, saying goodbye to those childhood wounds with this Eight of Cups, what more is there here between the two of you that needs to be settled as well? Because when that gets settled, when that comes into harmony, there will be a definite offer here that is being made. Okay. Wow. That was a really powerful reading. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I have created for you, all of the links are in the box below. Also, a lot of people comment and ask me about the rings that I wear. So the link to that is also in the box below. I have a link there to the shop that I get all my rings from. Make sure that you use my special coupon code to get 10% off. And of course, as always, please do give this video a thumbs up. It means so much to me. Also subscribe and share. It is free and it really, really does help the channel. So I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I'll see you all on the next one. My beautiful group 2 that chose the blue heart, here is your reading. We're going to get you some clarity on your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved, your crush, their exact thoughts about you and this connection at this time. Especially if you have been confused, right, about what are they actually thinking, you know? Their behavior or their actions may have been very confusing for you lately. You may be going through struggle or separation because of that. So this is why I felt very called to do a reading where we can go in deep on their specific thoughts to get you that clarity. So Spirit, for our beautiful group 2, what are your person's actual deep specific thoughts about you and this connection? So what we have so far is the Strength, the Chariot, Queen of Wands, and the Four of Swords. So let me show you each of these. So we're going to start with their tarot, and then we will add some more messages from oracle cards. But here we have Strength. We have the Chariot. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Four of Swords. Wow, so what I'm feeling here is there's definitely been some sort of a separation, or, you know, it could be temporary, or a stepping back, or some sort of silence that is going on right now between the two of you. That is coming through for sure. With this Four of Swords energy, I'm feeling that your person right now, their thoughts are exhausting them, okay? Like they're going through some sort of, I'm getting the energy of excessive thinking. You know, when your thoughts are just like going round and round in circles, it's almost like a state of overthinking, going through things in your mind over and over and over again. And I feel that what is happening is that as your person is going through this process, it is definitely weakening them. You know, it's making them feel very mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. It's making them feel, or it's making them feel and think in ways that are depleting. And that is why we're getting them, look, if you look at this person right here, we're getting them in the state of like, you know, laying back, needing to rest, needing to quiet their mind in some way. But this is also very much indicating a sense of solitude, sense of being alone with their thoughts, and them needing to somehow disengage from the world, from the ways of what is going on with them being overstimulated. I'm getting a very specific energy here of them being kind of overwrought, overstimulated by what's going on in their life, what's going on in their outside world, and their own thoughts. And so this is why I do feel that there is some sort of a silence right now. You may have little contact, you may have no contact. There's definitely an energy of withdrawal here coming from your person. But please do know that it is because they're kind of trying to think through things. But what I'm also feeling here is that one of the reasons why they are struggling, why it's almost like the answers are not coming to them, because I'm not getting an energy here of them kind of thinking through things and finding an answer. It's more like I'm thinking, but the answers are not coming. And I feel like one of the reasons why is because, look at this, we're not getting any cups energy. So to me, that indicates that what your person really needs to do is to shift away from their thoughts and open up their heart. And that's something that right now they're not really doing, because I feel like they are just too weak. They need strength. They need physical strength, emotional strength, and mental strength. And right now I feel like they are suffering from the lack of that. But this card to me also represents that they are trying to show maybe you and the world that they are strong. And I feel like right now their focus is more on kind of showing that mask to the world. Because see, I feel like in this particular way, in this deck, what's interesting to me about the way the Strength card shows up is very telling, because look at how each of these figures, the lady and the lion, they're looking outside of the edges of this card, as in a way, it's like it's about showing their strength to the outside world, to something that is outside of themselves. To me, the way this Strength card in this deck is depicted, it doesn't really, to me, show a lot of internal strength. To me, it shows we are looking to the outside world. We're not looking within for our strength. We are not counting on the strength of our own spirit. We're not counting on the strength of our own soul, that, you know, the universe, spirit, divinity, however which way you see the divine, you know, whether it's God, Jesus, you know, whatever is your spiritual practice. I feel like this is showing that your person right now, the reason why they're stuck in their thoughts so much is because they're not calling upon their internal resources, right? They're not calling upon spirit to help them. So whatever strength they may be showing right now, and I say strength with the quotation marks, it's a mask that they are showing to the outside world, because they're more focused on what the outside world may think of them versus how they're truly feeling, right? So this to me is not about, I am truly strong from the inside. I am standing in my own power. I am showing myself and the world my true strength, because that comes from spirit, that comes from my inner being and my soul. Instead, this is about, I need to show the world that I'm strong, even if I'm not feeling that within myself. And so I feel like this is why we're not getting Cups energy. We're not getting that sense of emotional power, right? When you open up your heart, When you open up your soul to the divine and to the people who truly love you around you, as in you and the other people who love your person, that is where the true strength comes from. That is where the end of this mental energy, of this like overthinking comes, because now you're shutting down your mind and you're opening up your heart. And that is the way to let in to true strength. But I feel like right now, because your person is so caught up in their thoughts, they're not able to channel or access that true strength, which is actually lying within them. And so what they're looking to do is to be more of, try to show their strength through action, but that action doesn't come from real power. See, with this Queen of Wands energy, I feel like your person is very much trying to be a doer, or until they kind of went into this hiding, they were trying to kind of deal with everything in their life, as well as this connection, by being more of a risk taker, an action taker, by being out there and really showing their passion, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like, again, they became depleted because they took too much action without replenishing their power within. So this is why I feel like your person may have been very passionate towards you. They may have expressed to you a lot of ideas about what they want from this connection. They may have said, look, I want to be with you. I want us to, move closer together. If you guys are not living together, or you're not physically together, if there's some distance here, I'm getting, for some of you, there may be some distance, some geographical distance. They may have talked a lot about you guys moving closer to one another, or moving to the same city, or even moving in with one another. I feel like there was a lot of this kind of big energy coming through about action. Okay, let's do this. Let's do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. They may have made a lot of plans with you. And I feel like they may have given up on those plans with this Four of Swords. So it's almost like they went from big action, big words, big plans, showing you a lot of passion, showing you that they really want to be with you, that they have every intention of doing this, doing that with you, to going to nothing, like maybe even kind of disappearing. And it may have left you reeling, because you're like, wait a second, we had all these plans. We were going to move in together. We were going to have an apartment together, or a flat, or a house together. We were, making plans for our future. And all of a sudden, their behavior really changed. And you didn't understand why. And for some of you, I feel like your person made you feel like they were moving forward without you, with this Chariot's energy. And again, I feel like that caused a lot of pain in you. You didn't understand their thought process. I feel like for some of you, your person with this Chariot's energy really did a lot of things. They may have taken a lot of action. They may have done a lot of things that really surprised you and made you feel that they are rushing forward, or they are rushing to do things in their life without you, as in they're making decisions that have to do with your life together, or your future together, that don't have to do with you, as in they're not making you an equal partner in those decisions, right? Like they didn't discuss it with you before they made some big life decisions. And I feel for some of you, there is also some sort of a third party situation here. And it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any kind of a third party or responsibility, person, toxic situation, or anything that they have that they are putting in front of their connection with you. So for some of you, I do feel like your person made some big life decisions here, having to, being influenced by other people without bringing you into that decision. And that was also very hurtful, very painful to you, and not right, because you are their main person. They should be making these decisions with you. You should be a team, right? You should be the person that they go to make these decisions. And yet you feel that they may have made these decisions without you. Okay. And for some of you, it's like you wish that with this Chariot's energy, you wish that they had moved forward with you together, that you could have done this together, but you didn't feel that. You felt that they were moving forward or doing things without you. And so right now their thoughts with this Four of Swords, I feel like it has hit them. So their thoughts are like, wow, I want to move forward. I do, but you know what? I should not have done it alone. I should have talked to you. I should have, moved forward with you together. There's some sort of a disconnect here. Or for some of you, I feel like they felt pressured by somebody else or something else in their life that made them move in a direction that was away from you. And so now they're kind of reeling from that as well with this Four of Swords. Now they're second guessing. Should they have done that? Should they really have done that? It's a big mistake. I feel like it was a big miscalculation on their part. So let's see, what else is your person thinking about you at this time? What else is your person thinking about you at this time? Yeah, interesting. We're going to get one more here. Haha, interesting. All right, so I feel a lot of energy here of regret. Okay, I feel part of this Four of Swords right here, the thoughts that they are going through in their mind again and again, I feel are thoughts of regret. I feel like there's something has happened here, some sort of behavior, decisions, actions, something has definitely happened here that has truly put a lot of pressure on this connection, or that may have even broken this connection at this time. They did something here and now they are really regretting it. And there's a part of them that right now is going over in their mind again and again, wishing that they could go back and change it. Like I'm getting this energy of them wishing that they could turn back time. Like, the wishing like, oh, I wish I could get into a time machine and, set a date to before I did this. Whatever it is that they did here. Whatever it is that they did, they wish they could go back and change it. But at the same time, they're driving themselves crazy with this idea that, of course, I can't go back to yesterday, right? I have to be in the present. So there's a mental torture for sure that is going on here. Why? Because even if there has been a separation here, they are attracted to you so deeply. It's magnetic. It's like a bee to honey. It's like they cannot feel satiated or satisfied without you. Look at this. We're getting satisfaction. Okay, so they are hungering for you at this time. They are feeling so deeply and magnetically attracted to you that they cannot be satisfied without having some sort of contact with you. Okay, so if they've not been in contact with you, they're hungering for it. It's almost like a fix. It's like there's a bit of this addictive quality that is coming through as well. There's some sort of like it's almost like they're addicted to you in a certain way, like they must have some piece of you somehow. Otherwise, they will not feel satisfied. And that's one of the reasons, again, why they're kind of like in this overthinking, going through again and again. And part of the regret is that they're realizing now that they did not trust you. There was something they did here. Again, I feel like there's some decision that they made, action that they took, something they did with that Chariot's energy where they did not bring you into the fold, as in they they did it outside of your knowledge, outside of your approval, or outside of partnership with you, because for some reason they didn't trust you and they know that they messed that up. Okay, like it's almost like they're realizing now that there was absolutely no reason not to trust you. So why did they do it? What is it within them? What weakness was it within them that they were not able to confide in you, to bring you closer? Why did they keep you in the dark? Why did they keep you out in the cold and do this themselves on their own? Okay, this is the thing here. Something has blocked them. So I'm feeling that it's either the influence of a toxic person, a third party who kind of convinced them not to trust you, who convinced them to do something or take action without you, or it's their own internal block. Okay, it's one of the two. But it's something that needs to be addressed. Okay, why is there no trust? And I feel like now what's happened is that the result of this is that you don't trust them. So now you're mirroring each other in that lack of trust. They didn't trust you, or they listened to somebody else instead of you, or they listened to their own negative self-talk instead of opening up their heart and feelings to you. And because of that, they didn't trust you, and now you don't trust them, because they took some sort of action here that destroyed the trust. And now they are literally regretting it. So let's take a look at what are their specific thoughts here. What would they say to you based on those specific thoughts? And then we're going to take a look at their next actions. Yeah, there you go. So not surprised. See, they are definitely regretting. So much regret coming through here. See, there's the third party as well. All right, so before I get into those messages, let's take a look at their next actions and we'll put it all together for you. Yeah, see? Wow. All right. So I feel like there's a confirmation here, definitely for some of you, of a third party situation. Again, does not have to be romantic. It can be a toxic parent, toxic siblings, toxic friends, other situations, exes, kids, difficult relationships with their own kids if they have them. Somebody, something here is, for some of you, definitely a bad influence on your person, and that has really caused a lot of destruction. So see, they are really, they're facing a tower moment here, okay? It's a moment of truth that they're facing. They're either going to have to acknowledge to you and to themselves whatever has been this toxic presence, whether it's a person or their own blocks. They're going to have to acknowledge, you know, how much this has destroyed this relationship, why they have run, why they have withdrawn, who has kind of compelled them to do that, or what has compelled them to do that. Because see, for some of you, I couldn't go against my family. Okay. So for some of you, there is definitely this third party here, whether it's a family, whether it's a spouse, ex-spouse, or currently they are in some sort of relationship in which they are very unhappy but still cannot leave. For some of you, I know that's the case, right? So here is their next action is Spirit is challenging them to rise above. Okay, they're going to have to rise above because there's some drama going on here. See? Drama, obstacles, pettiness, find the strength to rise. And now this is the second time we're getting the strength. So to me, this is Spirit saying, look, you can't just pretend to be strong to the outside world, okay? Strength is real. It has to be real. It can't be a facade. It can't be a mask. It can't be a fake strength that you just show outside that you don't really feel inside. So there is a challenge being given to your person that their next action needs to be, I'm going to rise above. Okay, I have to rise above and show that I'm truly strong, not just fake it till you make it, right? It's like Now is the time. This is the tower moment. This is the light bulb moment. It's now or never. Are you going to keep running, or are you going to finally step into your own power? No one ever loved me again the way you did. I never appreciated you until you were gone. There you have it. See what I mean? Total regret. I knew you were right, but couldn't admit it to myself or you. See? There you go. These are all energies that are in alignment with this Four of Swords, thinking through things again and again and again, knowing that, they did the wrong thing. They made the wrong choice. They went in the wrong direction, kicking themselves, deep regrets here. But I do feel that they are going to come back around. They're going to try to rise above this. But I feel like Spirit is saying is that you want to watch and see. You want to observe how they handle this situation. And if they come back to you, which I think they will, because we're getting this magnetic attraction here, like they cannot leave you alone. At some point, they are going to come back around. Okay, this cycle is going to come back around because they are just too into you. So I feel like Spirit is saying is when that cycle comes back around, look at their actions. Be observant. Test them to see if they're truly able to rise above. It can't just be words. It can't just be empty promises and empty words. Okay? So let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of these oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you do subscribe and share if that resonates with you, because it's absolutely free and it really, really helps the channel grow. So love you all. See you on the next video. My beautiful group 3 who chose the red heart, here is your reading. So we're going to go in deep on what your twin flame, soulmate, beloved, what are they actually thinking about you and this connection at this time? Because, sometimes people's action or behavior can be very daunting, can be very mysterious, especially if it has brought us into some form of struggle or separation, right? So we're going to get you some detailed information here. So for our beautiful group 3 Spirit, what is your person thinking about you and this connection at this time? We have the Justice card. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. Interesting. And we have the King of Pentacles. Wow, very interesting energy coming through here. So first of all, we're getting some very interesting Pentacles energy in this reading. So this tells me that right now your person, or at least your person in general, is somebody who kind of prides themselves on being very grounded and very practical, okay? And I feel like one of the things that they're thinking right now is that they are really having a hard time, or they feel that they're being challenged right now in many ways in their life. And I'm getting this energy of they feel that they are kind of pulled in many different directions. And so they feel that they are not able to be fair to this connection. Like they feel, I don't want to use the word guilty, but they feel sad, or they feel a little bit like more very kind of sad and resigned to some sort of a notion that they are not being fair to you in some way, okay? So you may want to think about, do you feel that there's been things in your connection that have not felt fair? And you may have been feeling this, you may have communicated it to your person. And I feel like even if you didn't, there's something within them that has acknowledged that, even if they haven't said it to you openly. It feels like this is something that is touchy for them. Okay, there's something here where I feel like they know that something in their approach to this relationship, this connection, or in their current situation, in their life situation currently, I feel that they know that there are certain things that are not fair about their situation, that is not supportive or fair towards your connection. Now, again, for some of you, this is not for everybody, so just take this as it resonates. For some of you, I do feel that your person is married. Okay, there is a third party situation here. Again, not for everybody. Either they are currently married, or they are in some sort of a committed relationship with somebody else, and that's the main problem. But I'm also feeling that they feel very trapped in that relationship. Okay, they are definitely trapped. They want to get out, but they are not taking the actions necessary in order to do that. And the reason for that is because there is some sort of a legal issue here. Okay, because we're getting the Hierophant and the Justice. So this tells me that your person, for some of you, they are in some sort of a legal issue. And again, I feel like it's not even necessarily marriage. So for some of you, this is not that your person is married. This is that your person is in some sort of a business or legal contract that binds them to something else. Now, this could be that their family, it's work related, Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like for some of you, your person is tied to either a family business, or they're tied to something that has to do with their work or money, and that is getting in the way, as in their family. And for some of you, it's even their father, okay, with this King of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, your person's father is very dominating in their life, okay? And I feel like for some of you, your person's father dominates your person financially as well. Like either it's a family business, or it's an inheritance, or it's something coming from a father or fatherly figure, or somebody who's older who influences your person, and they can't really get out of that in some way. And so this is why they know that they're not being fair to you. And it's interesting because I'm getting, please have a little patience with me here. I'm getting like bombarded with multiple energies here. So for some of you, I'm also feeling that your person is being influenced by a family or parent or father who wants to decide their romantic life. As in, like, they may not approve of your person wanting to be with you. They may have somebody else in mind for your person, or they just don't want your person romantically involved right now. Okay, so I know there's a lot of energies. I mean, I'm feeling like this. I need to take a deep breath because I'm feeling this rush of different energies coming through, different situations. So take it as it resonates, okay? But either way, whether it is the third party is a parent, a family, or a spouse, or even an ex-spouse, because for some of you, I feel like your person is wanting to get out of this, or is currently trying to divorce or get out of a situation, but they're experiencing legal or financial problems. Like they have to pay this person off in some way, and that is creating a lot of tension, a lot of stress. I'm feeling a lot of legal issues. So I feel like for some of you who may be in a third party situation where you may have been waiting for your person to leave a situation, I feel like Spirit is saying that right now your person is thinking this, but they're not saying to you that it may take some time. Okay, that's for some of you. It may take some time because of this combination here. Legal issues take time. Unfortunately, the court system takes time. And so for some of you, I feel like one of the things that your person is deeply thinking about at this time is their fear of losing you over the timing issue. Whatever legal issues they're going through, I feel like they are afraid to tell you that it's going to take its time. It's going to take its course. It's not going to be a fast resolution. And so for some of you, I feel like your person right now is like really scared shitless in their thoughts because they're afraid of letting you know that there's a delay. Okay, and this delay may be something that is very upsetting to you, right? And it's upsetting to them as well. But they're afraid to tell you, okay? They're afraid to tell you because they know how unfair it is to you. Whatever this delay is or whatever that is going on that is obstructing the connection right now, your person truly thinks that it is absolutely unfair to you and that they cannot offer you what they wish to offer you with this King of Pentacles. So I feel that your person very much wants to offer you something stable. They want to be this rock for you. Okay, King of Pentacles is somebody who has their ducks in a row, right? Like they're not dealing with this kind of uncertainty. King of Pentacles is somebody who is very stable, secure, and can offer you a stable, secure, good life. Okay, and I feel like your person right now, they're really thinking very harsh thoughts like, why can't I be this person? This is not where I am right now. And it's making them feel very uncomfortable as well. So they're very upset about this. They're very upset that they cannot offer you everything that they do wish to offer you. And so what they may be doing right now is they may be very focused on their work. Like this is how they blow off steam. They blow off steam. They kind of try to dissipate their stress and pressure because right now they are incredibly stressed and incredibly pressured with the combination of what this is throwing at them. So they may not be telling you this, but there are some issues that are going on here that, again, they don't want to tell you because they know it's going to be unfair to you. They know it's going to be very upsetting and they don't want to lose you. So it's almost like they're trying to stall a little bit in telling you because they're so afraid of the consequence. They're so afraid of what you may think or whether they may lose you because of this. So they may be kind of acting like they're very into their work. They may be not as communicative as right now because it's almost like they feel like if they were to be more verbal or vocal with you, if they were to talk to you more, this will come out. It's almost like that energy of like, oh my God, I better be quiet. I better like act busy. I better kind of say, oh, I have a lot of work to do. I'm working long hours. Like, you know, it's almost like, it's like they're trying to make certain excuses so they don't have to have this conversation because they're afraid of the fallout. They're afraid of what you will think if they tell you what's really going on. Okay. If they tell you about whatever delay is coming through here. So you may be seeing your person right now very, very focused on their work, very, very focused on creating more financial stability. They may be going after a promotion or a better job. They may be working on their business. For some of you who it's a family business, they may be very distracted by that. But I feel like there's a reason for that. And the reason is because there's some conversation here that they don't want to have, okay? But it can't last forever, right? You can't be evasive and vague and, you know, you can't put someone off forever. At some point, you have to have the conversation. But I feel like they're trying to stall that time, okay? So what else are they thinking? There you go. See? Wow. What else is your person? Oops, sorry. Forgot to change the deck. I got so into this. I'm like so bombarded with energies here. What else is your person thinking about you in this connection? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so see, this is, for this reading, my beautiful group 3, I feel like this is kind of the storm cloud right now. This is one of the main blocks, whether your person has told you or they haven't. There is something going on here that is deeply affecting their finances and their career. And it really does have to do with something here that may be quite legal. Okay, something that they just cannot navigate their way through or resolve quickly, and that's the problem. So I'm getting the energy that there may also be this kind of thing between the two of you where it's like, you know that these are obstacles that need to be resolved, but you may be okay with that, right? You may have had this conversation and you may be okay with where your person's at, and you may have even said, okay, I understand, and we're going to work through it step by step. And, even if it takes some time, we'll get through it. But I feel like what Spirit is saying here is that you may need to investigate further, because I feel like something has taken a turn here. As in, this situation may have become a bit more complicated than it seemed like before. And so this is why I feel like Spirit is saying investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. So I feel like there's something here that you may not fully know about. Or even if you know about it, I feel like there's something here that is an extra complication that may delay your union. And that might be something that your person isn't willing to talk about just yet, or is not ready to talk about just yet, because again, they are afraid of hurting you. They are afraid of being so grossly unfair to you with this Justice card. Like, they know. And it makes them feel very, very bad and uncomfortable. They know that this situation is totally unjust. And it's almost like they don't want to ask more from you than they've already asked. Because see, they know that they have asked for your cooperation. And they know that you have been giving your cooperation. They know that you have really, really given a lot to this connection. You've been willing to deal with the bullshit. You've been willing to deal with the complications, the challenges, because you believe in the love that you have, the connection that you share. And I feel like they're really grateful for that. But at the same time, they are like, how much further can they push you, right? Like, how much more cooperation can they ask of you? This is what they're thinking. This is their greatest fear, is that they've kind of like, they're going to hit a wall in terms of the level of cooperation they've already asked. How much more can they take, right? Without giving you some progress in return, okay? This is not the energy, I feel, of them giving you some sort of an update that the progress is there. Instead, it feels like there are more hurdles to be overcome. And they're afraid of asking for more cooperation from you. And I'm also feeling for many of them that this cooperation is also coming from a lack of cooperation from other people. And it's almost like I'm getting this energy that they have to ask for cooperation from people they don't want to ask. Okay, so either they have to ask their current spouse, who is about to be an ex-spouse, for some sort of cooperation, but you know how that is, right? It's a negotiation. So if you ask for something from that person that you are divorcing or you are legally separating from, and again, it could even be a business partner, or it could be a family member that they have something together. So it doesn't have to be romantic or a spouse. But either way, I feel like your person needs to cooperate with somebody else that they don't want to cooperate with, or they wish they didn't have to. It's almost like they have to, when you feel like you have to ask a favor of somebody, and this is like the last person you want to ask a favor from, because you know you're going to have to pay and pay and pay to get that favor. That whatever they give you is going to come at a huge cost, right? That's the energy I'm getting from your person, is that right now they are thinking very deeply about what it's going to cost them to get out of whatever is this situation, or to resolve this situation. And they're afraid that the price that they have to pay to get out of it is going to be really big. Whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, whether it's whatever it is, but there is a price. And this is why your person right now is like, they are struggling with healing from whatever this is, okay? They really want to heal and be with you, okay? okay? Because whatever these situations are, it has put them through a lot of pain, okay? It's been a very difficult situation. And this is why they're thinking right now, it's almost like they feel like this is endless. When is this ever going to end? That's the thought that's going through their mind again and again. Is there an end in sight? Will this situation, this block to your union ever be resolved, or is it over? Like, is it hopeless? Like right now they're also going through that thinking, like a little bit of this hopeless thinking, you know? And they're really dreading whatever they need to give to these other people or this person in order to be free of them. Right? So they need healing, you know? They do need to heal from whatever this is, but they won't be able to until it's fully resolved, right? And that's where that delay is coming in. So let's take a look at specific messages. What would they say to you about their thoughts? And then we're going to look at their next actions as well. What do they want to do? Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, so you see how we're getting a lot of intense energy. Our love was too intense for me to handle. I needed to break away. Okay, so this is why I'm saying there's a lot of intense feelings here. I feel like they feel very, very guilty for whatever situation they have put you through. Okay, they feel very, very guilty about that. And if they have stepped away, if there is a separation here, it's because of that intensity. Okay, they felt intensely guilty, especially if there was a third party involved, you know, where they could not give you, you know, a real relationship. Maybe for some of you, you had to hide your feelings for each other. You know, a lot of drama, because I feel like there may be something, right? There was a lot of denial and repression. They had to deny the relationship. They had to deny their feelings for you. They had to hide their feelings for you. See, we're getting repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface, right? So there may have been a lot of denial, a lot of intensity, a lot of drama. There may have been, you know, things that needed to be hidden, right? See, I hid my true self from you because you challenged me to expand, right? So for some of you, I do feel that whatever situation this is, whether it is a divorce or a current marriage or a current relationship or even a family or business connection, this love that the two of you shared really challenged your person to expand out of their current situation, right? Because the current situation they're in is no longer working for them. They are not happy. They are not fulfilled. They're not going in the direction of their life that they want to go in. And so it was very, very challenging, you know, finding their soulmate. Look at this. You guys are soulmates. Finding their soulmate, you really challenge them to expand out of their current situation. But the problem is that they're going to have to really look upon their own internal strength. They're going to have to be extremely inspired, motivated, strong to break through these cycles here. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. Okay, so if they've had to step away or you had to step away because of this situation, that's why I'm saying they really, really miss you. They really, really miss you, right? There's a separation here that may have happened. But the thing is, you are their soulmate. So it's almost like this really terrible, terrible situation where they feel very pulled in two directions. They have to deal with this, resolve this in order to be with their soulmate. And if they don't have the strength to resolve this, they will be separated from their soulmate, right? So I feel like the time has come here where it's like a make or break time. this is going to have to be resolved. This is what Spirit is saying. Your person is going to have to come out of whatever they're denying, and they're going to have to push through and resolve this, or else they are not going to be able to offer you what they want, and all they'll offer you is the separation. Okay, so this is the thoughts that they are thinking right now in their mind. Are they going to be able to resolve this? Right now, I have to be honest with what Spirit says. It seems a bit uncertain. I feel like you're going to have a conversation, and you're going to have to get clear, and you're going to have to say, look, I've cooperated with you up to this point, right? I've given you everything I've got. Now you need to be honest with me. What else needs to be done here? What else needs to happen here? Is there something that is becoming a bigger problem for us? And if so, how are we going to solve it? Okay, so there's a conversation that needs to happen here, because if there isn't, then the separation will continue because somebody's not being honest. Somebody's not willing to have that conversation. All right, so I feel like Spirit is saying it's time. This is a make or break time for the two of you. You need to have this conversation so you can figure out how to move forward from this. But this is what your person is truly thinking. All right, so let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or order any of the oracle decks that I've created for you, all of the links are in the box below. Please do make sure that you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me. It helps the channel. It's absolutely free. Of course, if it resonates with you, please do also subscribe and join us. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. And oh, last thing, everybody always asks about my rings. So yes, I also have a link to the store that I get my rings from in the box below. Make sure that if you buy something, you use my special code for 10% off. All right. Love you guys. See you all on the next one.